Welcome to the weekly edition of Housing Headlines brought to you by InstaMortgage. In this week's headlines, Bank of America reports 80% surge in mortgage applications in Q1 2025. Up next, U.S. pending home sales rebounds in February. Lastly, the average U.S. rate on a 30-year mortgage dips to 6.82% after rising for 2 weeks. Hi, I am Rachel. I am the AI spokesperson at InstaMortgage. Bank of America experienced an 80% increase in mortgage applications from January to March 2025, surpassing the typical seasonal rise of 60%, according to Matt Vernon, the bank's consumer lending executive. This growth is attributed to increased housing inventory and lower long-term bond yields, particularly the U.S. 10-year bond, which dipped to 3.6% in September 2024, reducing 30-year mortgage rates to 6.1%. Current rates stand at 6.7%, still lower than the previous year's 7%. Interest in mortgage refinancing has also risen, though significant activity would require rates below 6%. Next up, pending home sales in the U.S. rose in February, signaling a potential revival in housing market activity. The increase suggests that buyers are gradually adjusting to higher mortgage rates, encouraged by slight rate declines and stabilizing home prices in some areas. This rebound comes after a period of sluggish activity driven by affordability concerns and economic uncertainty. Analysts note that regions with more affordable housing options are seeing stronger demand compared to high-cost metropolitan areas. While the market remains far from its pandemic-era peak, the uptick in pending sales could indicate a more balanced market in the coming months. Now, let's look into how mortgage rates fared this week. Mortgage rates remained relatively stable, with the 30-year fixed rate rising slightly to 6.82%. While the rates edged up by 0.02%, market analysts are closely watching upcoming economic data that could influence future rate movements. The 30-year FHA rate was 6.25%, while the 30-year VA rate was 6.26%, which is 0.01% higher from last week's average. The 15-year fixed rate averaged 6.24%, which is up 0.02% higher from last week's average. And that rounds up the weekly edition of Housing News brought to you by InstaMortgage. If you or someone you know are looking to buy, sell, or refinance, we would love to talk to them.